A very good evening to all the participants present in today's meeting. This meeting is being held under the guidance of Tarun Kumar Sarji, Head COE Patna. He had also been requested to be in today's meeting, but he informed that he was busy with some other meeting in the headquarters, so he was not able to connect. This Jamshedpur Saudia's first meeting, and I wish a very good training program to all the participants. And here I would like to thank the Patliputra Sahodaya School Complex for guiding us for these meetings. I would request all the participants to mute themselves if they are unmuted and participate in the training program as and when asked. So that means you will have to use your chat box when you are asked to, because if we have to undergo the training, let us undergo it with a proper approach. Let us enjoy this next 1 hour of this meeting. And as you all know, Jamshedpur Sahodaya was established long back, but it got registered last year only. And this Sahodaya is a conglomerate of 24 schools who all are participating together to make Sahodaya the very vibrant one. Now I would request our patron, Principal DAV Bistapur, Mrs. Pragya Singh, also the city coordinator of Singhbhum schools, to say a few words. Yes, Pragya, if you can. Pragya ma'am, I think you are muted. Just a second. Let me unmute all. Yes, Pragya ma'am, you can speak now.
You hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Good afternoon to all the participating teachers and principals. Let us welcome all who are on board, all 58 participants. We also have the panelists from the DTC, the Patna region. Subhashri ma'am, do we have the guests from Patna region? Hello?
Yes, Pragya ma'am, please
Can
continue.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Some disturbance coming.
Hello.
Okay.
Pragya ma'am, we can
So
hear
I
you.
welcome all the participants of the Jamshedpur
We are hearing, ma'am.
group. Sahodaya was formed 6 months back, and our level to keep all the school prints of will remain with their names, and very robust because we have very good people with very good exposure, and where trainings they have already. And I'm sure this session is going to be very fruitful. Do you have Tarun sir here? Subhashri ma'am? Subhashri ma'am?
No, I'm not seeing Tarun
Can
sir
you
here.
hear
He said,
me?
yes, I can hear you. I
we
don't see Tarun sir
Do we
here.
have
He said
Tarun
that
sir here?
he is busy. No, Pragya, he's not here. No, Pragya.
We do not have Tarun sir here. We welcome on behalf of the Jamshedpur Sahodaya, I take this opportunity. Your voice is not clear. Some more people have unmuted themselves. I would request to mute themselves.
Yeah, Pragya, ma'am, you please complete what
And
you
we
said, then all the
are
participants will be
thankful
muted.
to the Patna people allowed us. COE Patna has allowed the Jamshedpur Sahodhya to start training, and I'm sure under I will be training. Right now, they are but we are in the process of making some formats for ideal training needs, and subject-wise training will be promoted. We normally do more of training.
Hello, the network is not clear. Pragya ma'am, I would request you to please repeat the words what you said so that all of us can again hear you. I think Pragya ma'am has got disconnected. So, yes, I hope all of you can hear me now. We lost the connection with Pragya ma'am a few minutes back, but let us continue with the training program. And if you can hear me, if some of you may write it in the chat box, then it will be easier for me to know whether I am audible to all of you or not. Yes, so I've got certain answers. I've even got the emojis which shows yes, I am audible. So let us start with the training program. And once again, I would request all the participants to please mute themselves and be attentive for today's training program. As I said, let us enjoy the next 1 hour of the training. Here I share my screen. I will stop the video, but I'll come back to you when it is needed. So I am sharing my screen with you, which shows the first slide, that is the topic for today's training program on happy teachers create happy spaces. All of you can see the slide. I think it has come on your mobiles or on your screen now, whether it is the laptop, PC, or the mobile. And I hope all of you can hear me also. So, dear participants, what I want to say is that happy teachers create happy spaces. What have you thought about it? Please tell me. What have you thought about it? What do you mean by happy teachers? Teachers are happy? Yes. Happy spaces means what are the spaces you have in your life? So that we will come to discuss today. Now, if I ask you to describe yourself, how will you describe yourself? How will you describe yourself? You will describe yourself as, yes, can I have some answers? I am hardworking, I am sincere, I am so and so. There will be so many of them to be written. But how many of you have written that I am happy? So happiness is not something which we have to find out. If happiness is in your mind, you will be happy, and a happy person spreads cheer all around. So let's go to the next slide, which says that what are the two types of spaces for a teacher? The personal space and the professional space. What is that personal space? The personal space is the space of your home, the society, the community, and the like. Okay. And what is the professional space? Professional space is for the school, the classroom, the staff room, whatever is there in your professional area. So these are the two types of spaces that the teachers mostly have. So what will be the habits of a happy teacher? Why I am saying habits of a happy teacher? Because yes, what are the habits of a happy teacher? Have you seen that there are some teachers who are always happy no matter what? Problems are there in everybody's life, but some of them will be cheerful, happy. You will never find a sad expression on their face. So the first and most foremost habit of a happy teacher is to dress well. What do you mean by dressing well? How much interest you take to dress when you go for a party, when you go for a marriage reception, when you go out with your friends. So take the same interest when dressing for the school. So take the dress which makes you or increases your confidence, that makes you look good and feel good. So dress well. Choose your dresses with care. Next is inspiration. What do you mean by inspiration? Think of yourself as a great teacher. You are a teacher who is full of knowledge. You should be an inspiration for the student. Your life, your talking, your habits should be an inspiration for the student. You should love your job. Are you able to inspire students? Yes, you are able to inspire students. When the students do well in life, who becomes happy? The teacher also has that satisfaction that yes, my so and so student has become successful in life. Now, welcoming classroom. What do you mean by welcoming classroom? You should always strive for having a friendly, welcoming classroom. Whatever has happened outside the classroom, maybe you did not have a great day, maybe you had some misunderstanding with your colleagues, but when you enter the classroom, don't carry that baggage into the classroom. Whatever happened has to stay outside. You will have to greet the students cheerfully. You should have the spring in your step when you enter the classroom. Be friendly with the students, and to have a welcoming classroom every day, you will have to set the tone for the class. You will have to set the tone for the class. Then be positive and a helpful colleague. What does this mean? Be positive and helpful. Now suppose you have come to the staff room after taking 3 continuous period, and the next period is free. What do you think? Okay, I'll go and take some rest. But then your colleague comes up to you and requests you for some help. You must be thinking, should I help? I will lose 10 minutes of my free time. Or do you say no? Or do you say yes? Even if you want to say no, please say yes. Definitely will lose 10 minutes of your free time, but in that yes, you have gained a lot. You have gained a friend for life. Okay, so that is very, very essential, that you should have a positive and helpful nature. Next is, till now, whatever the first 4 points were, these were inside the classroom. Now, certain hours of duty. When you are at home, do you always talk about your job, about your students, about your class? You are always keeping your mind engaged with them. Then you must be very, very stressful. I would request you to keep some time off duty. Means totally off duty. You will not think about the job. You will only think about yourself during that time. You want to sit quietly and enjoy the sunset? Do it. You want to sit quietly and enjoy the butterflies? Do it. You want to gaze into the sky? Do it. You want to listen to the music? Do it. But at that time, don't let any problems of your day or professional day come to haunt you. No. Then what happens? Then you become stress free, you are recharged, and then you can tackle the problems. Okay, now vacations. Why have I said vacations? What are the habits of a happy teacher? Happy teachers go on vacations. When do they go on vacations? They go on vacations when the school days are off. They plan for the vacations. Remember, when we plan for the vacations, how excited we are. And as the vacation approaches, how do we complete our work? Unknowingly or knowingly, if you now look back, you will feel that before the vacations, the quality of your work improves a lot. You try to complete the work without any mistakes so that you can enjoy the vacations. Okay, and then after the vacations, when you return back after the vacations in the school, what happens? You have that spring in your step. You are so cheerful. You are ready to take on the challenges head on. Is it not? That goes on. So go for short vacations whenever you can, because teaching is a very stressful job and vacations rejuvenates you all. And then import your own joy. What does it mean? Remember, the students, what do they ask their mothers? What do they ask their parents? That I love such and such dish. Why don't you make that for me? And I'll take it in my, or I will have it during my break. There must be something which you also like. There might be some favorite lunch, some favorite pen, some favorite corner, some favorite notebook, some favorite book. So as grown-ups, we have forgotten that. Why? Because we have pushed that from our conscious mind. It will be better if you have to enjoy your life as a teacher. Import your own joy. Whatever little things that makes you happy, you should use that. So these are the habits of a happy teacher. And when you are a happy teacher, remember that you are extraordinary. Remember, you are extraordinary because you have the unique ability to teach students to love learning. Only the teachers teach the students to love learning. Whatever you teach each day will make a difference in their life. So that's why I called all of you extraordinary. Yes. So now let's go to the next slide. It is taking some time for the slide to move. Just a second. Let me just try to move the slide if it can. Yes, the slides have started moving now. I hope all of you can see. Now, this slide shows the 4 pillars of happiness. What are the 4 pillars of happiness in your life? First is the emotional intelligence. Okay, what is that emotional intelligence that we will discuss after some time? And then what comes? Then comes the strategies for self-regulation. What are the strategies for self-regulation? That also we will discuss in detail. Then understanding relationships at work and decoding the language of behavior. What are the languages of behavior which we have to decode? So now let us see what are these. So first is self-awareness. What do you mean by self-awareness? Self-awareness means you are you are aware of your own emotions. You know your emotions and how these emotions will affect your thoughts and behavior. This is called self-awareness. That means if somebody praises you, they know that you will be into that happy zone, and in that happy zone you can, or these persons can make you do the work. Will it be good? No, it will not be good. So it is very important that you know to control your thoughts and behavior. Maybe you will feel happy. So that means you are also aware of your strengths and behavior, your weaknesses. You do not get excited easily. That means you have the self-confidence. Then, what is the self-regulation of emotions? I'll just ask you to close your eyes for a minute and visualize an event that occurred at your workplace recently, where you got very emotional, and then when you sat down to think about it, to reflect on what you are doing, you understood that the situation could have been handled in a better way. Generally, what happens is that when the students are naughty, we react. Is it not? We react. And then after some time, you feel that, no, I could have handled it in a better way. I could have made him understand. Okay, so that is what is called self-regulation of emotions. That means you are able to manage your impulsive feelings and behavior, and you manage your emotions in a healthy way. You do not react immediately. Okay, so the second is the self-regulation. As I said, self-regulation also means awareness and execution. Self-regulation means awareness and execution of your emotions. Next comes the social awareness. As I was telling you, social awareness. Social awareness has empathy. Empathy is, you all know what is the definition of empathy. You understand the emotions, the needs and concerns of the people, and you feel socially comfortable. That is what is called emotions. That means in your office. And what is the second one? The second one is the power dynamics in a group. That is also called the power dynamics in a group, is also a part of social awareness. That means in your official or professional space, you know you know to respect your seniors, and you love your colleagues and the juniors, and you love the students. And if all this comes in a proper hierarchy, you are a socially aware teacher. Okay, so in this slide, what does it say? Here it says, as you see, these are the three parts of the triangle, and in between is the relationship management. So self-awareness, self-regulation, and social awareness are interlinked in these three ways, and all are required for a well-balanced personality. So the relationship management means you develop and maintain good relations, and you have a proper communication, clarity in communication. And whenever there are two or more persons, conflicts will be there, but you manage your conflicts well, and you inspire and influence others. And if all these three are balanced in you, that means you are also a team player, which is very, very needed now in the 21st century skills. You have to be a team player. You cannot be the loner. So what did we learn till now? We learned that emotional intelligence refers to how well we handle ourselves and our relationships. And anybody who has mastered the emotional intelligence is a successful person. Okay, so now let us come to the next slide, which says that we have two minds, one that thinks and the other that feels. Okay, which should be working first? The mind should think about it, about the feelings, and then you should react. Okay, don't let your feelings overtake your actions. This is what I want to say, that think first and then react. Think about the feelings. Okay, next is understanding relationships. It is very, very important. What type of relationships do you have in the school? In the school, you have the relationships of classroom and staff room. That means you will have to maintain relationships in your classroom and staff room. And what are those? In the classroom, with whom will you maintain the relationship. You will maintain the relationship with your students. And in the staff room, you will maintain the relationship with your colleagues. That is important. Okay, so how to maintain a positive teacher-student relationship? See, the first point is structured environment. That means there is a proper structure in this classroom. The expectations from the students are known to all. The students know what he or she is supposed to do. And who has explained these expectations? You as the teacher. Okay, you have set the rules and the regulations for the class. And these rules and regulations are sensible. And these are constantly reinforced. Okay, so when the student will come to know that the teacher feels for us, okay, the student will believe in you, the student's trust will increase, and they will understand that their teacher has the best interest at heart. Now, teach with enthusiasm and passion. What does it mean, teaching with enthusiasm and passion? Remember our school days? We also had some teachers who were very uh, passionate about teaching. We also had teachers who just came to school to teach and go. In your school also, you have different types of colleagues. The range of involvement with the teachers will vary. So if you teach with enthusiasm and passion, the students will respect you, and you will develop a positive students teachers relationship. Display a positive attitude. As teachers, you can never have a negative attitude, because the students copy you. Without knowing, unknowingly, these reactions are transferred to the others. So display a positive attitude. Never let this negative attitude cross your mind. Make learning fun. Yes, make it an enjoyable environment. We are doing the art integrated learning. We are trying to make the learning, nowadays with activities. Activities make the learning fun. So try to make learning fun. Take interest in the well-being of your students. That means not only in the class, in the corridor or in the field when you meet him, or sometimes maybe outside the school also when you meet him, just asking, how is he doing? Of course, don't cross the line. Don't go into his personal space if it does not want you to go, but you should show your concern in his well-being. So take interest in the well-being of your students. Treat students with respect. Respect is reciprocal. If you give respect, you get respect. Even a child knows that which adult, child means I'm talking about the infants, when they know who loves them, who respects them, they will react in that way also. The child has an unadulterated brain and the mind, and they will do that. So treat students with respect and create a safe and secure environment for the students. What does this mean? Create a safe and secure environment. In any school, you will find some students who are very dominating. They might be the bullies. They might be bullying the students who are meek, who are submissive. Okay, they might be doing some other things to mentally create a very bad space for them. Make your class such that the students, that this student, this introvert student, this shy child can come to you with his or her problem, discuss with you, and feel safe. The dominating student will also understand that it is not proper for me to behave in this way in the school, and not at all for in the class. And so it should be that the student can come to you and share his or her problem. So give a lending here. Make your classroom safe and secure. Why? Because whenever a child faces some problem, he or she will run to his parents for that safety net. Why not become that safety net of the students for the 6 hours which they spend with us in the school? We all do, but maybe we need to do more. Think about it. Can I do more for my students so that they feel safe? So this is what is a positive teacher-student relationship. Now let us come to positive relationships in the staff room. How can you develop positive relations in the staff room? First is be trustworthy. What does it mean? It happens in every sphere, not only in the teaching job, not only in your staff room, it happens everywhere. If somebody has confided with you some secret which he or she might be troubled with, everybody has some troubles, and they trust their friends, they share it with their friends, and you give a lending ear. Okay, and then as soon as that person moves away, you go and start spreading whatever he or she has shared with you. How do you feel? You have lost the trust of your colleagues, all the colleagues. Okay, so if somebody has shared something you in confidence, keep it to yourself. Don't gossip. And you feel that somebody is gossiping, move out from that place and never talk trash. Okay, listen. Listen means listening has to be both way. The new teachers who are joining, they are so full of energy, exuberant, they have come with the latest technologies to teach. But listen to the veterans, listen to the seniors, because they are a treasure house of knowledge of how to deal with your students, how to deal in a proper practical place. What is the practical place for us? The classroom. So listen to your seniors. Listen to how the seniors speak in the meeting or during professional training. You will get valuable expression. The seniors are also listening to the juniors, is it not? Because they have come with so many new ideas. They also listen. So listening has to be both way. Ask question, clarify your doubts. What does it mean? Asking questions and clarify your doubts. Suppose you have been asked to do something by your seniors and you don't understand, and you ask your colleagues who is also as ignorant as you, and then both of you come to a conclusion about how the work is to be done, and then you present a work excuse me, then you present a work which is rejected by your senior. Is the senior happy? No. The senior would have liked that you come to them for clarifying the doubts, then bringing up the job which he or she has to reject. So better to clarify your doubts. Speak up. Don't speak through your colleagues, through your friend. Speak up. Clarify your doubts. Support your colleagues. Yes, support your colleagues in whatever you do. Okay, suppose they have started some. I'm just giving an example. Suppose they have gone for some blood donation camp or something, and they want that. Will you please come with me? Go there. Support. That is that. Then you are willing to show when they need. So they will also support you when you will need them. Offer your help. I'm just offering your help. I'm giving one simple example. See, when the lockdown started, we all had to shift to the online mode of teaching. We knew how to use the mobile, we knew how to use the computers, but we were not experts. Who were those experts? How to make the PPT and all? The younger colleagues? Is it not? They are technologically savvy, so they helped others. And in the process, all of them learned. So offer your help. If you have a special skill, let your colleagues know and offer to help. Okay, respect the boundaries. Yes, again, very, very important, related to trustworthiness. If you feel that two persons are talking, and if you feel that he or she does not want you to join, don't join. Don't even try to overhear that I am sitting away from you, but one of my ears is there with what you are trying to say. Okay, so that is not done at all. So you have to respect the boundaries to build bridges, and that will keep the workplace civil also. Be real, very, very important. We all can we all get to know who is acting, is it not? Phony people are not liked by anybody. So be real, whatever you are, be real. In fact, a real person is much more loved than a very unreal phony person, maybe with the best of mannerisms and all. But maybe that is all phony. Celebrate with your colleagues. Very, very important. Your colleague has called you for a birthday celebration, marriage anniversary, or whatever. Go there, join, celebrate with your colleagues. And in that process of point number 1 to 8, you have forgotten that there is one more space which is there where you should have a healthy relationship, and that is the healthy relationship with your superiors. You are so caught up with your colleagues that you are an unknown entity to the superiors. The superiors don't know you because you have never gone to them to clarify your doubts. Don't let that go. Okay, so make your own space with the superiors. This is very, very important. Okay, so now decoding the language of behavior. What does it mean, decoding the language of behavior? It means that to manage the student behavior. Why? Behavior conveys our inner emotions. Very true. All of you will agree with me. Look at yourself only. If you are happy, how you behave. If you are tensed, how you behave. If you are angry, how you behave. So same for the students also. They are small, but they have got so much of behavioral activities going on within them. If they are scolded by somebody, they will sulk. If they are happy, they will bring the whole class down. So managing students' behavior. So this is the reason why the students misbehave. Can it be managed? Can the students' behavior be managed? Yes, it can be managed. Let us see how. What are the reasons for which causes misbehavior of a student? First is the psychological factor. Yes, some might be predisposed, okay, towards anger or some other sort of negative behavior because maybe he is not getting that emotional support from his home or his friends or from his teachers. So psychological factors can be controlled. Okay, biological factors. Some might be hyperactive child. We know some of them are hyperactive. Some of them are so calm and quiet. They will sit in one place for the whole day until and unless you ask them to get up, they will not go. Okay, so biological factors. Environmental factors. Yes, this is the main reason of misbehavior in the school. Environmental factors. Okay, if his classmate is troubling him, or if he is being bullied, he is being teased, that is the environmental factor. So he cannot fight against the big boys of the class. He cannot fight against a group. He will go into misbehavior. So misbehavior is a type of communication. If you listen and observe carefully, you can modify the behavior of the students. Now I'll just go into some part that some reasons why the students behave as they do. Okay, some students are misbehaving. Why? First reason is revenge. Revenge. Every time it happens in the school, no? That he has thrown my pencil out of the window, he has taken away my pen. So I also took away his pen. I also threw his notebook out of the window. So revenge way is trying to protect oneself from further hurt. I was hurt. You did not understand me, so I'm causing hurt to you. And most of the fights in the school are because of this revenge. Second is escape or avoidance. Escape or avoidance behavior happens when there is too much pressure on the child. Okay, he is doing something which he does not like. Okay, so he will start misbehaving. You are putting a child who is very good in the field for the music class, and what does he do? He will disturb the music class. He'll try to avoid because he doesn't like to sing. So teachers will have to devise a way of how to engage those students. Attention. Yes, some of the students need the attention. Yes or no, some of us need the attention. Okay. These are the students who have the low self-esteem. If you praise his classmate, his friend, he will start sulking. So you will have to give them the attention. Then comes the power. Yes, some of the students, as I said, they want to control others' lives. Okay, every time it happens in the school, and we as teachers have to keep our eyes and ears open, not to let this power-hungry group of students dominate over others. Is it not? We're always in the school for that. We are breaking up the fights or breaking up or giving solutions to the students for that. So that is their power. Okay, self-regulation. Self-regulation means suppose the class is very, very boring. As I said, teach with passion. If the teacher does not teach with passion, it is a very boring class for some of the students who are above IQ or maybe For the normal ones also, if the class is so boring, suddenly what do you see? You see a paper plane flying across the room, and you said, oh, why are you misbehaving? But what did he do? He wanted to increase the stimulation so that he is active. So that is called self-regulation. So keep the class at that level of activity which is suitable for all, and then play. We get angry with the students when they play in the classroom, but small students of pre-primary or maybe even up to standard 1 and 2, it is their natural tendency to find friends and play with them. So try to understand them. Don't treat them as misbehaving students. This is not at all required. Okay, now let us come to the next slide, which says exploring happiness. Okay. At the beginning, I had asked you that are you all happy? Have you written that I am happy? Now I'm asking you to define what is happiness. Okay. Happiness is when your life fulfills your needs. Yes, all my needs are fulfilled and I am happy. Is it not? Think of this situation. For this only you are sad because I needed the latest mobile, I needed the latest bike, I needed the latest car. I'm not able to buy it, but if I buy it, I will be happy. So this is the simple definition of being happy. And what is the research-based definition? The research-based definition says that a happy person will experience frequent positive emotions. Okay, what are the positive emotions? Joy, interest, pride. Okay, and something else also. And do the happy persons don't have any negative emotions? They have the negative emotions like anger, anxiety, sadness. They have it, but infrequent. So this is the research-based definition. You will have to find your own joy. Now, what is happiness? As I said, happiness is when your life feels fulfilled and satisfied. A contentment area should be there. Okay, perfect happiness or enlightenment comes when all your needs have been satisfied. Why do we find some of the religious people to be so happy? What about their needs? Don't they have their needs? Let us see then how they are happy. Then you will say, how is happiness different from pleasure? How is happiness different from pleasure? Happiness is a long-lasting emotion which stays with you for long. Pleasure is a fleeting emotion. You will be pleasure when you just have, it is only for a few minutes. But happiness is a lifelong or long lasting emotion. Okay, so now let us see how to continue with your happiness. How? You first is that you should have the satisfaction about the past. Do you brood about your past? Why did I do this? Why, if I had not done this in a this way, I could have handled it better. And you are sad. Can you change it? Whatever has happened has happened. Can you change it? No, you cannot change it. So make peace with your past. Okay? Don't feel shy or guilty. Whatever has happened has happened. Then happiness in the present. That means live the moment. With your past affecting your present, you cannot leave the moment. So, satisfied with the past, whatever has happened, has happened. Let me continue with the present. Let me be happy in the present. And there are some persons who worry about the future. क्या होगा? जो होगा देखा जाएगा. We will tackle the problems as it comes. So, not to worry about it. Be optimistic about the future. Okay, so happiness formula. You know, there is a happiness formula also. This H is for happiness, S is for set point, C is for conditions of life, and V is for factors under voluntary control. What does it mean? Biological, S is biological or genetic set point. This is what I wanted to tell you. Some people have a very low set point. They become happy very easily. Their needs are very, very limited. That is why I was talking about the religious, religious gurus who are so happy because some of their needs are very, very limited. So even with the basic requirements of life, they will be happy. So we should try to keep our set point low. Otherwise, if the set point is high, I always want this, that. I want to be the best. I want to be having the latest gadgets. I want to stay in the biggest house. Your set point is very high. You can never be happy. So set set your point low. How happy we were during the lockdown. Remember, I'm not saying that happy means we went out celebrating outside. No, but during the lockdown, our set point was very, very less. Whatever we were getting, we were satisfied with that. So that, remember that change in the life conditions. So conditions of life. Can you change the conditions of life? Accept it. As I said, live in the present. And then factors under voluntary control. Are you jealous by nature? If you're jealous by nature, that jealousy is a voluntary emotion. You can control it. Okay. What are the other things you are under voluntary control? Will you deliberately go and join the group of drunkards? Then you will never be happy. So that you will have to voluntarily control yourself. So if the happiness will continue if your biological set point is low, the conditions of life, you are agreed with the conditions of life and you're continuously improving it, because remember, you have to be optimistic, and V is the factors under voluntary control. You have to have the voluntary control on yourself to be happy. So what are the pathways to happiness? Pathways to happiness: gratitude. Say thank you. Thank you to the people who are around you, who have helped you. Forgiveness, as I said. Forgive and let go. Then only you can be happy. Optimism. Yes, be optimistic. Empathy. Yes, feel for your community. Community means your colleagues, your students, your society. If you empathize with them, you will come to know what pains they have, and then you will have an emotional connect with the people around you. Respecting diversity. Yes, we live in a diverse society. My neighbor is not like me. He does not dress up like me. He does not speak my language. He does not speak my mother tongue. So what? Yes, respect diversity. Enjoy the diversity. Don't make it a monotonous society. Respect diversity and enjoy. Okay, homeschool balance. Very, very important. How many times do you carry your work home? Do you feel pride in carrying these notebooks for checking to home? Of course, we have to carry some work home whenever it is an emergency situation, like during the examinations. There are so many bundles to be corrected. So we take it home. We know, we adjust that, okay, for 7 days, my life will be very, very disturbed. But then you should have a homeschool balance. Don't bring whatever home activities you have to the school, and don't take your school work to your home. Why? Because then you will not be doing justice to either your home life or your school life. So that requires time management. Do you waste time by needlessly talking with your colleagues? Sometimes that is needed to refresh you. But then keep an eye on the time management, because we are always running against the time. As teachers, we are running against time, against deadlines. Don't give the question paper for submission or the other things for submission on the last date. You have not managed your time well. Neither is your work quality up to your satisfaction or the senior satisfaction. So time management is very, very important. Rational thought. As I said, as teachers, you cannot have irrational thoughts. Joy of giving and helping. Yes, how happy we are when we select a gift for somebody. Is it not? We are giving something. You become so happy. When we are helping somebody, you enjoy. So these are the pathways to happiness and meaning in life. Every life has a meaning. Every person has a meaning. Why he or she is doing what he or she is doing in this world for. That is called the meaning of life. My meaning of life will be very different from what yours is. But if you understand, or if you are aware of what meaning in your life you are for, that means your life's mission, you will be happy because you'll be working towards that. And if your meaning in life runs parallel to the school's mission and vision, then you have a satisfied life. Then comes the physical health, as we said. Physical health. Yes, healthy person is happy. We all know that. Okay. The moment we get a little bit of fever, how we are. So if healthy person is happy. Spirituality, connect with your spirituality in your own way, whatever you do. As I said, off duty hours, maybe at that time you're connecting with the spirituality, and at the same time you're doing the meditation and the hobby. Remember your teenage days, remember your school days, how your parents wanted you to study and you ran away to play the football, you ran away to catch hold of that butterfly. You ran away to make something with the clay. You ran away to do something. You already wanted to draw. You forgot about it na? When you are in this job because you're always running against deadline. Bring back the hobby to your life. And then you see how happy you are. So again, it comes back to time management. Have some life to have some time for your hobby. Next comes creating a treasure trunk of gratitude. And the next slide also, how I can nurture a garden of optimism. So creating a treasure trunk of gratitude, ask your students and you also. What are you grateful for? As I said, gratitude, the first thing. Next is how can I nurture a garden of optimism? The first and the foremost is to reject or to reject the negative thoughts that come to you. So if you have the problem, say that we will face it. So there are various other ways. Maybe you have got some better ways to nurture optimism, which you can do with your students, and let the students do also. Let them also discover themselves. So happiness, make it a habit. Okay. Don't say that I'll be happy when this will improve. Things will be there, problems will be there. So you have to make happiness your habit. Now, let us come to the strategies. How can we include this in the classroom? Integration of happiness into the classroom. Because until and unless you are able to integrate that happiness factor in the classroom, your classroom or your job will become a burden for you. So ask your students and you, both of you together, make a list of things that make your students happy and that make you happy. List down the common things, what makes you happy and what your students will be happy. And then what is that formula on happiness? The 3W plus H on happy classroom. What should you do? What is a happy classroom? As I said, what is a happy classroom? A classroom where everybody is happy. Now, what is the definition of happy? Whenever everybody is satisfied. In what way they are satisfied? Okay. Who should make it happy? It is your prime responsibility to make your classroom happy. Neither the counselor nor the parent. Your prime responsibility. And why do you think it is necessary for you to work on happy classrooms? Because in a happy classroom, the transactions of teaching learning processes are the best. And how should we do it? Yes, let us see. How should we do it? Strategies. Okay. So focus on the feelings in the classroom, not just on the content. What does this mean? Focus on the feeling in the classroom. Are we always focusing on the content? Yes, we are rushing to complete the syllabus, and there are some students who are disturbing you and not letting you complete the syllabus. What do you tell them? Oh, you come on, go to the class, let me complete the syllabus. I have to teach other students. Now, focus on that feeling. Why is that student, remember the behavior of the students, why is that student not enjoying your class? Why not go to him and make him understand the concepts that you are teaching? Maybe he will not understand the high-tech concept, but he will understand the basic, or he will understand the right intent of yours. Then maybe he will start taking interest. Okay, everybody cannot be a high achiever, but then your encouragement will change the atmosphere of the class. So this is what I want to say, is that don't neglect the students who are naughty. You should know as a teacher why they are naughty, and then you will have to explain to them why the same students might be dealing differently with a different teacher. In your class they are naughty, maybe in the other class they are, so say they love their teacher so much. So try to be that. Okay, try to focus on the feelings in the classroom. You explain to them. You can say that, okay, I'll not expect maybe 70% from you, but 50% is achievable. Ask them to do that. Okay, then, as I said, till now we have understood or we have gone through what is the happiness, how to do it. Now, there is this stop light. I would request all of you to just stop whatever you are doing and close your eyes and take a deep breath. Okay, when you are taking a deep breath and you're closing your eyes, just listen to me what I'm saying. You get relaxed. And when you are relaxed, then you focus on the problem that you have. What is the problem in your class? How does everybody feel? What does everyone need? The answers will come to you because you have used the stop light of self-regulation. And then when you understand what everybody needs, then you'll ask them, what are my choices? That means what options do I have? And as a teacher, you should also be aware of the choices, the impact of the choices that it will have on the others. So that is called the stoplight of self-regulation. And then what do you do? Decide and do. You have the resources with you. Resource means you have got various answers with you. Okay. So there you can reflect or take the correct option, implement it, and then reflect. Did it work to solve the problem? Or if it did not, what can I do better the next time? Or what should I remember for the next time? That is called the stop light of self-regulation, which is stop, think, and do. Stop, think, and do. So now let us see. In a happy classroom, the child's academic, emotional, and social needs are addressed. The classroom becomes safe. The classroom becomes safe, as I said, happy and welcoming space. It is very, very important. The classroom becomes safe, happy, and welcoming place because happy students learn better. Okay, so how? What are you doing? You have to encourage positive attitude in the students. Okay, always encourage to have them positive attitude. Make students feel a part of the group. What does this mean to be a part of the group? Part of the group means when you are entering the class, the students will wish you. Now your eyesight goes to only the first row, second row, maybe the third, and it never reaches to the last benches. That student will never feel a part of your group. But if you make deliberate eye contact while greeting everybody, they will feel a part of the group. Okay. Next is stretch them to learn a little more with their character strengths. What does this mean? Throw them a challenge which is not too tough. Okay. And if this problem has been solved by the students, how happy he is to let you know that he has solved the problem. That means that child was academically better, he had a high IQ, and he solved it. But what about the rest? The rest of the class also have some of the character strength. Maybe somebody is good in music, somebody is good in playing, somebody is good in other things. So for the students who are not so academically bright, you can ask them to move to, or you can try them to move to the next level, slowly, stepwise. You can stretch them a little. And when they start enjoying and they get that sense of achievement, they lose sense of time. Don't children lose sense of time when they are playing? We have to call them back, whether as a parent or as a teacher also you have to call them back to the class from the field. So why? Because they are playing, they enjoy it, they are stretching their characters there, and they feel happy. It is a deeply satisfying for the students. Take learning outside the classroom. Whenever you are, whenever possible, take the learning outside the classroom. Use the experiential way of learning because students are curious about their surroundings and create fun times with the topic, which has already discussed earlier, that the involve the art integrated learning. Art is music, drawing, drama. There is a periodic table song also for the students to learn. So all these can be done for the students. Okay, then involve movement. What type of movement? Physical movement. You all are listening to me for the last 1 hour. You must be moving your hands, legs. You must have stretched yourself. But at the same time, you are concentrating on the discussion also. So imagine the small student sitting in the class quietly because the teacher has told them sit quietly, don't move for 40 minutes. The next teacher also comes and tells the same thing. The poor child has lost his concentration. So why not, when you enter the class, have a 1 minute stretching with your students, free hand exercises standing in their own places. It breaks the monotony and brings the attention back to the studies. Is it not? So involve movement. Sometimes incorporate quiet time. Okay, quiet time. Okay, today I have finished my lesson early. So let me give some time to the students to do whatever they want. It is quiet time. They cannot talk loudly. They can do some drawing, they can do some puzzles, they will be with themselves, they will be putting their head down, but do whatever you want in your quiet time. It will relax them mentally, physically, and emotionally, and will prepare the students and the teachers for the next class. Spend time to know the students. As I said, create bond with your students. Okay, ask about his hobbies, interest, get to know him. So that is what practice kindness. As I said, you should teach kindness to the students. Okay, students are young minds, they don't know, they will see a small puppy, or some will go and try to hug him, somebody will be cruel to them. You will have to teach them, practice kindness to the people who are not so fortunate as us. Practice kindness and be optimistic. Tell the students problems are temporary. Help the students to challenge their negative self chatter. And it is the problem, don't make yourself the problem. The problem is for the situation, and you will come out. Tell them that you will come out of the situation. The situation does not stay the same. Help them to challenge this situation and come out with with an optimistic bent of mind. And then whatever you have taught the students in these two slides, you yourself will have to practice. Otherwise, it will sound hollow to the students. So walk the talk. This is very, very important. Walk the talk for the students to feel authentic, or there should be authenticity in what you say. So do what you preach. Okay, now see, creating a happy classroom, it depends on us. A higher happiness quotient can be a reality. Even in a stressful situation, also students can be happy. But the only condition is that it has to begin with us. It has to begin with us. We have to make that change. So thank you all for staying with me in this meeting. And after this, I'll share the attendance link with all of you. Please fill it up and fill it up correctly. And if you have any questions, we can clarify your doubts now. Yes, I have shared the attendance link with you. So if you can mark your attendance, that will be better. I see our president of Patliputra, Sahodaya, is wanting to say something. Let me just unmute you, sir, so that we can have discussions. Yes, sir, please try. I think I have unmuted.
Nice session, and I think all the participants must have enjoyed your session, and I thank them.
Sir, it is not audible. Sir, I think you will have to.
छियासठ वाला इसको क्या दिया है
Hello. Hello.
Sir, if you can unmute yourself, that will be better.
Ma'am, please send link, attendance link.
I have shared the attendance link with you.
Ma'am, please send attendance list, ma'am.
Sir, I think you are unmuted now. You can.
Ma'am, please send me attendance list, ma'am.
Hello. Am I audible? No.
एक मिनट पापा जी
हेलो
पापा जी अभी अब मैं नहीं रख सकती अभी मैं इधर रखूंगी थोड़ा देर बाद रखूंगी
Am I audible?
I am again sharing the link for the attendance. Please mark your attendance there.
Am I audible?
Hello.
CBSE Shiksha ID will be the school ID number of your school.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. But if you can please raise the volume of your microphone, sir, that will be better.
So I thank today's resource person, Koshi Sarkar, for such a nice session. And I hope that all the participants who have attended must have enjoyed and taken something from the session.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
All the best to Shetpur Saudya School Complex. Thank you.
I'm presenting my attendance list, ma'am.
I hope all of you have got the attendance link.
Where to answer this?
Oh, ma'am. I didn't get.
Not got, ma'am. Not got.
Please check in the chat. It is there. I'm again
To answer
sending
the
it.
question.
Yes, ma'am, we have received attendance link.
Yes, I have sent the attendance link.
Where to answer the question?
Okay, will you please repeat your question, please?
10674641.
I'm typing my name.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's Smita
Yes.
from Patna region. I have a
Yes.
question. I just wanted to know which, like, there is mention Shiksha email ID. So, which email ID we have to fill?
Which is the school number mail ID.
Ma'am, I have already filled the school number and the affiliation number also. But
It
there
be a
is one
5-digit
more.
number, ma'am.
Yeah, that I have already filled, ma'am. Actually, what I'm asking you is, there is one option where I have to fill CBSE Shiksha email ID.
So that school number, 5-digit school number.
Okay, again I have to fill 5-digit school number.
Yes, @cbseshiksha.in.
@cbseshiksha.in.
.in.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one question also. Can I
Yes.
please ask?
Sure.
Yeah, ma'am, I just wanted to know that in some cases, like we have different students and they all have different kind of, different environment from they come from. So sometimes what happens is some students, like one or two are there, they like deal some situations very smartly. Like sometimes I
Yes.
got confused how to deal them. I try to make the classroom so flexible and fun-loving, but still one or two are there. But like I got confused how I treat them.
Whatever you have tried,
Where is
it is.
link?
There is too much of noise.
Ma'am, I think someone's mic is on.
Excuse me, ma'am.
That's why.
Just
Ma'am,
yes.
please share
So
link
for those
again.
type of students, I think you if with your trying everything, he has not he's not taking interest in your class, then I think then you will have to refer him to the counselor with the parents.
Okay.
Because see, there might be some problem, because nowadays this new age problems. What are the new age problem? They don't like to study, but give them a mobile phone, they will be the best in that.
Yeah, ma'am. The thing
Okay,
happened, like
so why?
whenever I'll
Because
take them to play, she respond very nicely. She used to talk to me. She used to share her stuffs with me. But the moment when I ask her to like write something, she'll be like, Ma'am, I feel sleepy. I don't want to write.
एक
Why?
मिनट
Because their attention span is very less.
अरे इसको चुप कैसे करा है
Okay.
Attention span is very less, so that we will have to.
हेलो
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. I ask name of the topic today topic.
Today's topic is happy teachers create happy spaces.
Ma'am, please name of the resource person.
I'm just typing.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello. May I ask one question, ma'am?
Sure. Why not?
Thank you. Ma'am, there is a one category given in this form, the name of the resource person. I'm really sorry to ask this question.
No, ma'am. I'm
Can
just
you
given it in the chat. I'm
Okay,
Dr.
thank
Subhashri
you.
Sarkar.
Shubhashi Sarkar. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, if you have marked your attendance, you can leave the meeting.
Okay, sir.
No, it is Miss Smita Kumari has written. Is
Yeah.
it
Excuse
cpsdixica.com?
me, ma'am. Please
No,
send
it
the
is
link again. I didn't
cpsdixica.in.
find.
Hello.
Sorry, ma'am. Please send the link again. I didn't find,
Send
ma'am.
the link
Okay,
again.
I'm
I've not
sending
got
it
the
again.
link.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Anjana
please.
from Mothers International Academy. Please send the link again.
Ma'am, I've just sent it. Please check it in the chat.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am. Again, I ask the topic of the day.
Happy teachers create happy spaces.
Thank you, ma'am. The link again, ma'am, please.
Ma'am, please school number.
Your school number you will be knowing. I won't be knowing your school number.
Ma'am, I've not got the link, ma'am, please. Listen,
It
chat,
is
I'm
there
not.
in the
Please
chat.
send the link.
Please share the link, ma'am. Not got the link.
Okay, I'm again sharing.
Chat box, we can't see.
Again, because I'm able to go
I've
to
just shared the link.
इतना पड़पड़ाती है सर स्पेसिस SPACES शिक्षा का
I'm just typing the topic again today.
Just a minute, Subhashri ma'am.
Yes.
Start talking in between,
Just a
Ma'am,
second.
please share the link.
Whatever they want to in between.
Please write your name, ma'am.
They need to be stopped.
Ma'am, in 2 minutes, I'll be stopping the meeting. All of you, please fill up your attendance thing. It will be open for half an hour after the meeting. And somebody has, ma'am, can you ensure me so that I, yes, ma'am, please ask Dr. Iltaza Begum. My name, I'm again typing.
But ma'am,
Okay,
I
hello,
didn't
ma'am.
find the link. What to do?
The name of the resource person, ma'am.
It is there, Dr. Subhashri Sarkar, on the chat box. You just see, ma'am.
Subhashri ma'am,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Subhashri ma'am, I have filled up the form and it's not about the form that I'm calling you up now. I just want to ask one simple question that we are attending this
person name,
meeting.
ma'am. What's the resource person
To
name?
get a certificate for this meeting.
Chat, Dr. Subhashri Sarkar.
706
Ma'am, please, ma'am, not able to fill the form. Not able to find the link, ma'am, please.
It is just in the last chat you see, ma'am. It is in the last chat.
digital. Yes. Digital.
Well, I think that my voice is drowned in this crowd, and I think I'm not audible. Am I
No, ma'am,
audible?
you're audible very clearly.
Okay, ma'am. I just have a question that where to get the
Link. I'm not getting
where
the
to
link.
get the attendance link. Not talking about that. The Shiksha ID are not provided to us. So how can we know more about these Shiksha programs which are being held, Sahodaya programs,
No,
and how to get our certificates?
certificates will be sent by the Sahodaya group only. I think it is taking a little bit time because this training by Sahodaya has coincided with the term one examination of the school. So I think slowly they will clear. So wait for the certificates. Everybody will get the certificates. And if you have registered and if you have filled up your school mail ID, definitely you will get it because the certificate will be mailed to the principals. Okay, so I am now closing the meeting.
Ma'am, name of the resource person, please.